Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. It is bright and early here in the Smith home. Have not done the heavy rotations in a while. Been super busy. Which if you saw my last video about my new gear that I got, it's been consuming a lot of my time. At least a lot of my free time anyways. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. I bought a bunch of crazy Macintosh gear, a new turntable, and been just tinkering with that stuff. And although it probably looks like the same room, it's not. Um, I traded rooms with my son. Um, I was trying to figure out how to get some new speakers because my room in there was too small, and there were some big speakers I wanted to get. So I was the same place that had the Macintosh stuff had some big speakers, and so I knew they were too big and I couldn't fit them in the room. And I took my measuring tape and started looking at my son's room that's right beside that room. And I was like, they would fit in here, I think. And so I was like, hey, buddy, you like this room, right? He loves it. He loves my record room. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, would you want to trade rooms? And he got so excited. Kids love new stuff. So he's down. He's totally down. So asked mom, and she said she didn't want to do it, but she was like, if you got to do it, that's fine. She's good like that. She's very understanding, and so she let us switch rooms. And so on Sunday, it was a snow day. We were snowed in, so we just moved everything on Sunday. And then Tuesday brought home the big speakers. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. Be it to follow us on Instagram to find out, because I already posted about it on Instagram. But my next video is going to be about the huge speakers, so you can just wait to see that. But anyways, this is not about that. This is about my my heavy rotations, what I've been listening to. This one I've been meaning to show, but I just keep forgetting I forget it at the shop. Things that I'm playing in the shop a lot, I forget to even talk about. But it's like there's a ton of records that I play in the shop a lot. This one's called FAXX. If you're on Instagram at all, like every record collector on Instagram somehow found out about this record. This is a private press hard rock record from the mid 70s, I think 77, out of Indiana, Arkansas. Sorry, oh my gosh, my brain is not working this morning. Out of Arkansas, but really good hard rock record for what it is. It's incredible. So the story kind of goes, these were rare. They were going for like 150 or 200 bucks for the longest time. And I don't know, a month ago, some guy found a box of sealed copies in a house that he bought or something. A bunch of them were water damaged. I ended up buying a lot of copies. And when I got them in the mail from him, I think 40 of them were destroyed. They were, because he didn't open the boxes that they were in. They were in these boxes that they had been sealed up in for 50 years or whatever, and he never opened them. I mean, when he just assumed everything was fine in there. Well, like two of the boxes looked like they had been submerged in water, so they were destroyed. So I returned all those. So I still have maybe 20 copies left or something like that. I don't know. I've got a decent amount of copies left, but they're all sealed and they're perfect shape, perfect copies. And so I think the Discogs median on them, it's like $100 or something, around $100. And so I have that many sealed copies. I've got them on my website for $75. So they're not on Discogs, but they're on my website for $75. So it's not my website that I sell my records on. It's on my merch website, which I do have some records on. But I will put a link to it in the description of this if you want one. When I run out and they're gone. But I would recommend getting one. They're killer. It's a killer hard rock record. FAXX, great stuff. And a lot more people know about it now. So once they run out, then the demand will go up again. Probably, you never know. But some Grails I've gotten lately. So shout out to Dom at Seeking a Thread. This is a great channel. you know, I've always got my head in rare records, like always looking for rare records and wanting to learn about rare records. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm watching a YouTube channel, every record they're showing I've heard about. It's just because I buy 1,000 records a week, probably. I sometimes buy more than 1,000 a week. And so I see everything. I'm always researching. There's very little new under the sun that I've not seen. But when I find these people that they know about all these rare records I've never heard of, that's a valuable person to follow. So Dom at Seeking a Thread is one of those guys. But anyways, I would recommend watching his channel. He deserves more subscribers. He's a very good channel. But anyways, he saw some of these I was posting on Instagram that I had gotten on my Find This Record Instagram, and he's like, "I thought you were slowing it down, man. What's up?" I was like, "I am slowing it down, but I'm not. You can't slow down. It's all gas, no brakes for me all the time. When I slow down buying records, I'm not gonna buy any more sound gear." Except for there's maybe one component that I need, and that's years down the road probably. I am very happy with my sound gear. So, anyways, what he was talking about was this. This is a hard rock. Well, I don't know if you say hard rock. There's hard rock moments, but this is called Darius. It's on this Chartmaker label, very good label. There's only 2 full-length LPs on the label and some 45s, but it reminds me a little bit of Fraction Moonblood. The music's not as hard and heavy, but the vocals is what kind of reminds me of it. This is a very rare record, very hard to find. And someone posted, one on eBay, and I try to stay off eBay. I've told you guys that I've been trying, but when I get bored, which is very rare, but sometimes when I get bored, I just scroll through and just kind of see if there's any deals I can make some money. That's my whole logic behind having eBay. Is like sometimes I do find things and I get a steal of a deal on it and I can put them in the shop and it's great stuff to have. So I saw this, someone posted one for a little bit more than normal. It's an expensive record. And I just offered him a third of that. Just total lowball. And they took it. And I was like, crap, I'm not supposed to be buying records on eBay. So I got a killer deal on this. Really great. Darius, this is one I've been wanting this for years, and the fact that it popped up and it was in great shape and all that, I was stoked to get it. So that was one. So I started looking through their other stuff, and then they had this Goldenrod, which this is the backing band for Darius. So they were on this label, this Chartmaker label, and this is impossible to find. This one's not worth as much as Darius, but I think it's kind of close. I don't know. It's hard to say. There's not a lot of sales records for this being sold, and I got this for like way less. Got this for really cheap, just incredible record. This one's a lot more hard rock. This one's all instrumental. So this is some studio musicians got together and made this record, but really, really good early 70s, late 60s hard rock, psychedelic hard rock sound. This one's got a little bit more psychedelic in the hard rock, so I really like that. But this is a really fantastic record, great guitar work, killer stuff. Along the same lines as that, this Hickory Wind, if you look up what these go for, your jaw will drop. I did not pay that for it. I got a really good deal on it on eBay. Just put in an offer, and I guess it had been on eBay for a while, I don't know, and these people just wanted some money. I think they run like an antique booth or something, so they're not like record sticklers, and they found one of these. Only 100 a copy of these exist. This one is the one that's from Indiana. I was getting it mixed up with FAXX, but it's on a Gigantic Records, but really good psychedelic folk. And there's a little bit harder psych numbers on here, and then there's some like really soft acoustic psych numbers as well, like acid folk. But this is one. It's like a cult classic type of thing. A lot of people look for it. There's only 100 in the whole world, and the fact that I got one for the price I did was amazing. So one mega grail that I got a couple weeks ago. Basically, I'd bought some record from a guy a while back, and he had this, and I was like, if you ever sell it, let me know. And he's like, this is one of my prized possessions, I'll never sell it. And then finally he kind of reached out to me. He's like, hey, I think I'm ready to let it go. And we had to negotiate forever to get the deal done, but we finally did. This is a first stereo press of Easter Everywhere, which I already had one, but this one's special. This one is autographed by Rocky Erickson. And Gilando, the bass player, also autographed it. But the one of Rocky Erickson is awesome. He does like there's like some sketches and stuff. But this is, I think, early to mid 90s autograph from him. This is from Rocky Erickson. It's got some pictures and Evil Hook Wildlife, E.T., An Ancient Enemy, The Old House. Like he lists like a bunch of some of them are song titles and lyrics and stuff, but just kind of cool. But when I saw it, I had to have it. It's definitely legit. Inside this also was a letterhead from international artists. So really cool letterhead from their office. And you know, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it's in really great shape. It's kind of weird that all this stuff will be together. This was also in there too. This is from CB Records. This is the Liberty Bell, which I think they just did singles. It's a band that just kind of did singles, but a garage band. But anyways, had to get that. You know, Easter Everywhere. My copy was not quite as nice as this one. This one definitely still has its fair share of ring wear. Without ring wear, they're nearly impossible to find. So, but that one's a pretty nice one. Stoked to have. I have not bought anything on eBay in like a month, and like, now that I've got this stereo gear, the gears in my mind are kind of changing on like what I collect and stuff. It's been changing, and like since I put these new speakers in yesterday, I'm kind of trying things out because I'm hearing records in a totally different way. So trying different records out. Excuse me, I just woke up. But the first record I put on was this Ryan Adams Love Is Hell MoFi box set. Love Ryan Adams, specifically his earlier records, and this one is absolutely fantastic. You know, Political Scientist. These guys cover Wonderwall. There's a lot of good ones on here, but I threw this on. I don't know why. Haven't heard this record in forever, and when I first got these new speakers, I was like, I want to put that on. And this is the first thing I put on, and literally brought me to tears. It was so good. It was just so good. I mean, the speakers, everything, so good. But anyways, this can be the icon. But anyways, yeah, great record, and the MoFi sounds great. Then, you know, I just got that Lee Morgan the Cooker OG. And, you know, usually when it's out with the old and with the new, and I sell whatever pressing I had before, but I had this classic records pressing, and I was like, I'm going to throw this on and see what it sounds like on the system. And it sounds so good. And this is one of my favorite jazz records, and I rarely keep 2 copies of a record, but this is in my top 3 favorite jazz records of all time. Love it. And, you know, my OGs are really nice copies in really good shape, but it's not perfect. It's got a couple little marks. But when you got a real sensitive cartridge like this, you know, it picks up. So this one's perfect. It's flawless, fantastic sound, incredible sounding copy. I mean, it was mind blowing on the system how good you know. And I put the other one on, and they both sound really good in their own way. So I'm keeping it about screw it. But this is a really good pressing. Sounds phenomenal. Is there another one? Nope. Yep. Nope. This is one I have been wanting 10 years probably, when I first heard about it. This is the White Album. And I know you're saying, oh, Dylan, you're such a basic Starbucks girl. Well, this is not just any White Album. It may be in the UK these grow on trees, but this is a UK mono. It's got the really cool fold over jacket, and it's a top loader. So what that means is it's got the black sleeves. There's just a bunch of stuff that makes it special. It's got the black inner sleeves that came with those, and they load from the top instead of the side. So really cool. It was a really good condition copy. As you know, they did not put these in mono in the US, which I'm not a big mono stickler, but with an album like this, I've said this is my favorite Beatles album. I don't know that it is. Abbey Road probably is, if I'm being honest, but this one is up there. You know, it's Revolver, Abbey Road, White Album. Those are the top three, and it doesn't matter what order they're in. They're amazing. So this is this copy, the first UK mono. I've been wanting forever, and I've not been able to find a copy. Found one maybe a month and a half ago, and I've been listening to it a little bit. Forgot to show it, but thrilled to have this. It sounds so cool. It's so different, you know, from the stereo. It sounds incredible, and it's also just one of those collector things that, you know, kind of gets me on. A friend of mine, Kendall, shout out to Kendall, comes in the shop sometimes, got me this first pressing of Working Man's Dead, but not only that, it is a Blanco label promo. Very, very nice copy, really good condition, fantastic stuff. So thank you, Kendall, for that. I shall cherish it forever in my Grateful Dead promo collection, which is growing very muchly. Gosh, this one, I don't even want to tell you this story, but the guy comes in the shop, drops off a huge tub of records when I'm not there. I go to look at it, and it's like a ton of killer stuff, but it's different type of stuff. It's like funk, soul, psych, but almost everything in the whole box is good. Different types of music and stuff. And this one kind of jumped out at me, this Silver Apples Contact. And this is it's really cool. It's got a promo strip on it. This is a near mint promo of this, which I needed. I thought I had an original, and when I was going through my records last year, I found out it was a reissue, so I ditched it. And God, this is really cool, you know, symphonic, psychedelic type of thing. But I've just been wanting. I had the other Silver Apples record in perfect shape, and so it was in there, and I was really stoked about it. So I kept that one for myself and sold the rest of them. And I was like, "Where did these come from? Did you have more?" And he's like, "Yeah, I bought this. I bought this house, and it has all these records in it, and tapes and CDs and all this stuff." And he's like, "You know, it was kind of, you buy everything, you get everything inside." And so he's like, "I'll save any more records I get." And I begged him if I'd come over there. And he's like, "Well, no." He's like, "It was a hoarder's house, and we're cleaning it out, blah, blah, blah." So then I go, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm ready to come over," because he said I'd come over like on Wednesday or something. And he's like, "Hey, everybody over here, we're kind of in a flow. We don't want you to go over here," and blah, blah, blah. So finally, he said, "I set aside like 3 boxes of records for you, and I'll bring them to the shop." I said, "Great." So then he texted me. He said, "Hey, somebody threw all the records in the dumpster and they're gone." I'm like, "What the heck?" So who knows who knows how many times that happens and records are just gone forever. It could have been like crazy stuff in there, you know. Another one, I've been listening to this. I've been pulling some stuff from my own collection that I haven't listened to in a while, just to enjoy it. But this is John Dummer's Oobly Doobly Band, Oobly Doobly Jubilee. It's hard to remember that, but this is the first UK promo. But this is one of those like UK blues bands that had a bunch of guest players on it. You know, John Dummer's blues band kind of was a rotating door of great blues players, and this is one of their albums. This is on Vertigo. Really tough to get. I don't know if I've ever showed it on my channel, but just recently listened to that. It's killer. This is one, Day Blindness. I need to get a better copy of this one. It's a little roached. But this is a fantastic hard rock record, psychedelic hard rock. Just listen to that. It's dope. This is one I've had for a couple years. This is Ann Briggs, The Time's Come. Ann Briggs is one of my absolute favorite female singer-songwriters. She's more Celtic, folky. You know, she ran away from home when she was like 16. She met Bert Jansch. She lived with him for a while. She was just in that UK folk scene. She traveled around a very small circuit. She, you know, became well known in that small circuit as being just this incredible, young, you know, beautiful singer-songwriter. Incredible stuff. And but she had like a drug problem and a drinking problem, and she was nuts. She had a crazy reputation. She would get drunk and jump in the bay and chase seals and all this stuff. Richard Thompson said that he met her twice, and both times she was passed out drunk. So anyways, after a certain amount of time, she vanished. She got married, she moved in the mountains, and no one ever saw her again. There's some video footage from the 90s of them finding her and her singing a song with Bert Jansch. But man, incredible female singer-songwriter. These records are really tough to find. They've been reissued. That's just a killer one. I don't think I've shown this. This is the first press of Toad Tomorrow Blue. You guys know I'm a nut about Toad. This record is just amazing, almost as good as their first. Really got this a few months ago. This is one called Los York 68. I don't think I've showed it yet. This is a garage, psychedelic garage band from Peru. They were pretty well known in Peru. They had their own radio show and TV show and all that. But look at this cover. I was listening to it the other day, and I was like, that looks pretty similar to the other half. And if you really look at it, it's pretty much the same cover. It's just drawn a little bit differently. These both came out in '68. So I've listened to both of those, maybe last week. But this one's Killer Garage, psychedelic, not Spanish, but Peru. The other half, obviously, most of you probably know about this, but this was a kind of garagey record featuring Randy Holden. Very good guitar work on here. Killer stuff. Love, love, love this record. It's super hard to find clean. This one's like mint. So those are some cool ones I thought I'd show that I've been listening to. This is one I got in the shop, and this is kind of a cheap one. I got in the shop, hadn't had it in a while. I remember I used to have it. I loved it. And I got rid of it because the copy I had wasn't in great shape. And when I got my turntable, my last turntable, it was so sensitive. I was like, it's not even enjoyable because it's in such bad shape. But I got this one recently. This is a white label promo. You can see the promo stamp up there in the corner. But this one's like near mint, super nice condition. But this is Procol Harum Home. This is really, really, really solid blues rocky record. Really like this a lot. Just got that. That's a cheap record. You can get them for like $5 or $10. And I got this OG Lee Morgan Cornbread. Love Lee Morgan. Mentioned him twice in this video, which is funny. But yeah, just been enjoying this setup. When it comes to sound, I don't know. There's so many different reasons why I collect records. Sound quality is definitely one of them. And so, whatever keeps my passion going, keeps my brain moving, gives me ideas, and inspires me, I'm just going to always do. So, when I saw this sound gear over there the first time I went to go buy the collection, I really wanted it. And, Dom was with me, and he was like, man, you got to get that stuff. And I thought, I never get lucky on gear. I never do good on gear. So it's just not going to happen. There's no way it's going to happen. There's no way. And it ended up happening, and I'm just thrilled with it. Just the sound, it's undescribable how good it is. It's just a totally different thing. And we look at audiophiles. Some just regular collectors look at audiophiles that spend like $200,000-$300,000 on their systems and think these guys are nuts, sometimes. But hearing this, it sounds so good. If I could do anything to make it better, I would. I'm never gonna spend that kind of money on my sound system unless I just somehow win $1 billion lottery or something. But it's just hearing music this way it's just different. It's a whole nother level. So I'm really enjoying that and thankful that I was able to get this system. But anyways, thank y'all for watching and being entertained by my antics. And we'll see you on the next heavy rotations video. Keep your eyes peeled for a new video about my setup, because I'm going to be doing one here in the next few days probably. So thank you.